Guess that photo there is my first experience with any kind of notoriety or fame.
And I suddenly get this unbelievable pain.
People come from around the world to this small village south of Belfast for a pet and a picture.
So stupid. Like, oh my God. Come on, Harry finds all the loopholes, but he's not like actually ridiculous.
Just quickly, if you could, Kit, recap the first 7 seasons for me. Just 30 seconds or so.
Okay, so no, I'd actually try and do that. There was one king, he died. There were then multiple kings who fought to disrupt that. The ultimate king himself, the Night King, came and attacked 7 kingdoms, which forced the rest of those kings and remaining power imbalances to unite and go against him.
That was incredible.
30 seconds on the nose for Game of Thrones star Kit Harington to summarize a series that took 10 years to film. Over the course of 8 seasons now, Harington's character, Jon Snow, has gone from the bastard of Winterfell
Run to the litter. That one's yours, Snow.
to a king fighting for the realm.
I just read somewhere on the way over that they're expecting 1 billion people to watch.
Rose told me that, and I went, oh, right, great. And then I actually thought about it in bed and went, and I literally woke up in terror.
While still in college studying drama, Harington won the lead in the West End hit War Horse.
So join the army, Johnny, it's my horse. Young man.
The role helped him to land an audition for Game of Thrones.
One of the big parts was Jon Snow, and I remember reading it and going up for it, knowing somewhere inside me that this was in the canon of work I could do.
The show's producers agreed, and Harington won the job. He was just 22 years old when the show's pilot was filmed.
Go on. Father's watching.
To illustrate just how young you were when you got the part, I have a photograph that you may have seen. Do you recognize the gentleman on the right there?
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, you see, I've just shaved, so I look more like him than I usually would. 22.
When
Look
you
at Maisie and Sophie, that's amazing.
When you look back at those faces and that time, what do you think about?
I guess that photo there is my first experience with any kind of, I guess, notoriety or fame. I remember being really excited by that and probably ringing my mum about it or something.
That clean-shaven look didn't last long, as Kit spent most of his 20s donning a beard, long hair, and of course, that cloak.
I think the one from the Night's Watch got fleas, so they had to change up.
I imagine it's a little gamey after a decade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Snow fought in epic battles. He died, and then, spoiler alert, came back to life to survive even more epic battles.
He's just that dogged warrior who gets knocked down and then picks himself back up.
The Game of Thrones cast is sworn to secrecy about Season 8. But word is out about the Battle of Winterfell, when a group of former enemies unite to fight the Night King.
It was 55 night shoots. You know, you're not meant to work at night for that long. But when we came out of it the other end, I think we all knew that we probably were sitting on something quite special.
My reign has just begun.
As Mother of Dragons, Emilia Clarke is a fighter on screen.
Dracarys.
A quality the Game of Thrones star now reveals she needed off screen. Clarke told fans Thursday she survived not 1 but 2 brain aneurysms early on in her career. She writes in The New Yorker, "Just when all my childhood dreams seemed to have come true, I nearly lost my mind and then my life." Clarke says it all started in 2011 when she was 24 years old. She had recently finished filming the first season of Game of Thrones and was at the gym.
And I suddenly get this unbelievable pain that felt very much like an elastic band around my brain. Excruciating.
Clarke then collapsed and became violently ill and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors told her she suffered a life-threatening type of stroke caused by an aneurysm, a weak spot on an artery in the brain that filled with blood and had burst. She would be lucky to survive and needed to sign off on emergency surgery. Clarke remembers her reaction. Brain surgery? I was in the middle of my very busy life. I had no time for brain surgery. But finally I settled down and signed. The road to recovery was painful and terrifying. At one point she says she was unable to answer a simple question. What's your name?
My brain was screaming it. It was screaming the answer, but I knew that I wasn't forming the words. I couldn't make sense. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
That fear led Clarke to question her future.
It was in that moment I asked them to just let me die.
Clarke fought and recovered, determined to return to work. But it wasn't easy, admitting she sipped on morphine in between interviews to deal with the pain. While her star quickly rose with Game of Thrones, she wasn't in the clear yet. She was forced to monitor a second aneurysm. In 2013, Clarke had surgery to remove it, but there was a complication. At one point, doctors delivered a devastating update to her family.
They're like, we really don't think she's going to make it. We really think she's going to die.
Clarke once again pulled through. At the time, determined not to reveal her personal fight.
I just didn't want to be a bother.
Right down the Peter, Emilia!
The 32-year-old actress is now going public.
I kept quiet about something that's happened to me for quite a few years.
All in an effort to help others.
They have that movie star look. Black nose, fluffy tail, wolf-like smile. Thor and Odin are no ordinary dogs. They're direwolves. That's Thor as Greywind and Odin as Summer. Furry characters with a huge following in the mega-hit Game of Thrones. People come from around the world to this small village south of Belfast for a pet and a picture.
I mean, they're really cute, aren't they? I just want to take them home. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
The dogs are northern Inuits bred to look like wolves. Big, strong, and when it comes to treats, a little demanding.
Still have my hands.
Will Mulhall bought the dogs with all of his savings as a lifeguard when he was 18. Just weeks later, the dogs changed his life.
I got a phone call from the breeder to say some TV show wants to use my dogs in it. And I was like, cool, what's the show about? And the breeder was like, I don't know, like swords and shields and stuff. And I was like, cool, I'm into that.
It's become the most popular show in the world and big business for Will with tours, doggy meet and greets, roles as extras. That's Will as a wildling. Younger brothers Ross and Kaelin got into the act. All three were in last season's finale of Game of Thrones. Even Dad had a role. He's the Dothraki slave master in season 1.
As they say in Dothraki.
Thor and Odin's acting days ended in season 1. The wolves are computer generated now. But their careers as doggy stars are going strong.
Okay, Hunger Games.
Well, it's 3 against 2.
Also, none of us
I'm disabled.
Yeah, we have a disabled person.
No, I still think we could do it 3 against 2.
Well, if you've got Needle, then I think
Yeah,
you've got a chance.
and I can also kind of, you know, do the bow and arrow, so...
Oh, and I've got Summer. I could walk into Summer.
Yeah, there we go.
Actually, yeah.
See, think positive, guys.
I have nothing to offer. Oh, Potty, sorry, they're so stupid. Like, come on, Harry finds all the loopholes, but he's not like actually the wizard.
Well, Hermione's
Yeah.
good.
Hermione's good.
Yeah, but they have to resort to their magic. They can't just be us, like, one-on-one. Okay, so we're saying Potterkids then?
I guess, they have Hermione.
We draw. Yeah, only because of Hermione, okay.
I think we've got this one in the bag.
Yeah, no, we win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like, well, I mean, they have Lisa.
They would probably win like it was like a slagging argument, like, but physically, I think we got it down.
We got it down.
And they've only got 2 dimensions against us.
Oh, that's
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, I don't know what our score was.
Basically, we won.
Yeah.
I think.
Every time.
I don't even know. Yes, we won.